I am officially worried about Flesh and Blood's next set. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not worried about the next set in perhaps the way you think, and that is specifically about the cards that are printed in the set or the reprints or anything like that. In fact, I would say that I think LSS is making the exact right choice with this set. I think returning to a supplemental set idea and model is perfect for the game to support all classes, all heroes, that sort of thing. At this point, you just can't really do that across a calendar year without a set type like this. And I also think that reprinting these big staple cards is a beautiful idea, and one that will help make the game barrier of entry specific a lot easier to engage with for new players or returning players. So it's not that I think that that is what worries me the most. Instead, to explain this, I basically have to tell you a story. So here's a little anecdote. On Friday, I went to my local game store, the one that's very close to my house, and I went there specifically because they have their pre-order pricing up for Compendium of Wraith, and they priced it very well at like $120, like $119.97, which is great, right? I wanted to pre-order some of this product, and I wanted to open it. And in fact, specifically, I wanted to do this for another charity stream, right? I wanted to do another one of the charity streams like we did last year. So I was exploring the idea of trying to get my hands on a good chunk of product from a variety of different places, and then setting up a charity stream. So I thought we could do that together. But when I got there, I was told, oh, there's a bit of an issue with the overall thing. They said they're only doing one per customer per account, basically. So it's attached to your account, and you have to be 16 years of age or older so that you can't like bring in like a family member or a friend and have them buy one, right? That is younger than 16. And I said, okay, that's fine. One case, that's what I'll take. And they said, no, let me be more specific. One box. And I said, what? And they said, well, it looks like our allocation for this set is a lot smaller than what we got for Super Slam. It looks like it's going to be an allocation like we got for High Seas. So 30 boxes. That's what they told me. Now, again, they could be just saying this. They could be, I feel as though I know the manager that I was speaking to very well, and that they would give me true information. But if that's the case, that is terrifying. If that's not just my local store. Now here, that is the preface that I have to start with and then continue from. This could just be an issue for my local store. I have not checked in with some of the other local stores that are not connected to this store. I have not asked them if they're going to be, getting a decent amount of product. I haven't done that yet. This is more me panicking and telling you what I experienced and hoping, crossing my fingers, that this is not the case. So again, take this with whatever amount of salt you would like to take it with. A spoonful, a pinch, I don't care. But I'm going to share with you what I've, learned so far. And I'm hopeful that this video ends up not being anything. But if it is the case that my local store is not the only one that has a far smaller allocation in comparison to something like that they got for Super Slam, which was far more comfortable. Everyone could get boxes, and they had boxes left over for events, and they had boxes left over for purchasing, right? If that's the case, if it is far smaller than that print run, and this print run for this product is more like something like the Hunted from the beginning of 2025, we have a problem. And the problem stems from the fact that this is a supplemental set, right? This is not something like, well, I don't care about any of the cards or the characters from the Hunted. I'm not going to play any of those heroes. I can skip that set. You can't do that with a supplemental set. Well, I guess you could, but you would not be engaging with the game at a standard pace if you decide to skip out on the set that supplements your hero, because a supplemental set is designed to prop up every hero. And in fact, they even said so with this set. They said that this is designed to supplement every hero in the game in some form or facet. And look, there's another set that they've released in the past that, in my opinion, did exactly the same thing, and that's Everfest. So here, I'll put Everfest on the screen. I have this pulled up. This is on TCG Player. If you find Everfest and you just go to their TCG Player website, you can search. I've sorted this by singles and by price. So Everfest right now, by the way, Everfest, a fantastic set, a fantastic product, gave us a ton of great cards all the way back in the day. And this is a product that you can still buy at like $58 a box, $55 a box, something like that. I'm not going to go back to it because I have the settings the way I want to here on TCG Player. But take a look at some of these cards that you can get in this set, like on the singles side of things, right? Obviously, we're going to skip over the Fabled, but there are cards here like the legendary Stalagmite Bastion of Isenloft that still fetch a pretty penny. Like this is $61. This pays for your box. In fact, pays a little extra. They had extended art treatments of Majestics like Pulverize, a classic, Aether Wildfire, a massive staple. They even had like extended arts of like some commons and rares like these Slice and Dice, which I definitely love and have, and Thunderquake. But look at some of the Majestics in this set that are still a pretty solid cards and very staple cards. You have Imposing Visage. Obviously, we have Swing Big, a massive staple for all brutes ever. Aether Wildfire, but this is not the extended art. The extended art is the one that fetches the $20 price tag. But still, if you're not looking at the monetary side of things, and instead you're just looking at the playability of a card, this set gave you Aether Wildfire, Swarming Gloomveil. This set gave you Revel in Runeblood, Blood on Our Hands. It gives you Battering Bolt, gives you Teklo Pounder with Cheese even. Like this set, as far as sets go, this really does supplement every class. It added cards to every class. It gave you Shimmers, it gave you Passing Mirage, it gave you Scour. Everybody loves Scour. Who hates Scour, am I right? Macho Grande? Have you ever lost to a blue Macho Grande on turn 12 or turn 20 of a game? I mean, this is like pure flesh and blood nostalgia right here. This is a set that you can still go and get because the product, like the print run, was coming off of the Monarch and the Tails meta. It was very large, right? It was a very large print run overall. So you had access to this product, and it's good that you did because there are a lot of great cards in this set. And if this upcoming Compendium of Wraith set is similar, then this is a set you want to be able to access. And the problem is if you can't access it, then the singles prices go way up. But it doesn't even come from like singles from LGSs. It comes from like people that just buy boxes for a premium and then scalp the singles. Because if a store doesn't get enough product to be able to both pay out pre-orders for and open for singles, they just don't open singles. And if products can't be opened and then the singles can't be sold, your market just balloons to whatever people will pay for. And the problem with that is that this is a very competitively minded game. And if there's a very good card, it will balloon in price to crazy degrees. Right? And you might think, okay, well, that's fine if a card, like a legendary, balloons in price. We've had that happen before. But remember, this is a set that one of the objectives is to bring that more in line with, other sets and with just a more functional format in general, right? With other games even, you can even say it that way. But it's not even for the classic constructed format only. This is also a set that props up a new format. And not only that, it props up the budget format. What happens if you can't get your hands on those commons and rares? This format that's the budget format becomes not the budget format because those cards balloon in price. And all of a sudden, we want a format that is like $20 decks, you can go compete. You want that, right? I do. I want that. That's great. But you can't have that if the set can't be opened and singles can't be collected and sold and traded amongst people, because all of that scarcity drives up demand and therefore drives up price. And that's the danger here, is that this new format, which is going to open the gateway, the doorway, if you will, for new players or returning players to enter into Flesh and Blood from a variety of other TCGs that are a variety of other price points. This is the product that does that. It's the product that officially announces and launches that format in earnest. It has to be available. And so that's why I'm a little worried about this. I mean, you look at Look at Silver Age right now. It's in its season 0. And if you're looking at competitive, like tournament results, right now, season 0 is Guardians, like pick a Guardian, or it's Chain, RuneGate Chain, or if you're really lucky and you want to do decently well but not make a top 8, it's Ira, right? Those are the 3 decks that you play. And there's really nothing else until you go to the bottom of a tournament results sheet and the people that won 1 game or like won 0 games and dropped. That's where the other heroes are. Season 0, from a competitive standpoint, not looking great, right? And so this is the solution. This is like where the format starts with this product, and it's going to flesh out this format in its entirety if we can get our hands on it. Now, again, I'm very hopeful that it's just my local store that had this, like allocation issue. And I'm also hopeful that if there is some sort of an allocation issue, that it will be rectified, as far as it can be. If it isn't, this could be a serious problem. There's really no way to sugarcoat it. This could be a serious problem. That being said, let me know what you think in a comment below. Ask your local game store, and we can maybe talk about that together. Is this something that you see locally as well? Have you asked around about it? Do they have pre-orders up at your local store? I know there's multiple stores in my area that do have pre-orders available, and I'm hopeful that the local store that I have here is a chain. They apparently are going to be getting some boxes in addition that they are going to be putting up on their website from an HQ standpoint. Hopefully those get disseminated out to the stores in the area, and maybe this all just blows over and we get the set that we deserve and that LSS deserves, because I think they're making all the right choices. Reprinting these big staple cards, allowing more people to get their hands on them, doing it in a very beautiful way, I am really hyped for. And of course, launching a format that finds that perfect balance between budget and fun and speed. I like that. I mean, I've been playing a ton of Silver Age. I've been playing a ton of off-meta decks. I've been having a great time. So it really comes down to how you engage with it. The goal here is that we can engage with it through this product. So let me know what you think about all this in a comment down below. And of course, if you enjoy this type of content, make the number go to the other number. That's what we do here. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.